Okay, so what's your major area of expertise in SAP FI?
Basically, I'm expertise in the GL, AR, AP, FIMM integration. These are my competencies. Yes.
So this is basically support, or you have done configurations as well.
Configuration as well. Yes.
Okay. Uh, so GLARAP, in the sense you must be aware of the P2p process,
Yes.
the O2C
Yes.
process.
Yes. Of course.
Yeah. So can you take me through the P2P process?
P2p process is for purchase order. We have ME21N, right? And in that, no accounting entry is generated. And later we have goods receipt, which is our MIGO entry, and that's inventory account data to GR and GR clearing account. And later we
Can
have.
you talk a little clearly? It's not very clear for me
Oh,
actually.
okay, okay. Uh, so we have purchase order. Excuse me. So we have purchase order which is created in ME21N, and after purchase order is created, we have goods receipt, which is the MIGO entry, which is inventory account data to GRI clearing account. Later we have invoice receipt, which is GRI clearing account data to vendor, and for the vendor payment, it's vendor account data to cash or bank, whatever is the mode, mostly bank. So yeah, this is the complete P2P process, and we
So
map it
what are the
in the T
significance
code
of
OPYC.
OPYC?
We integrate it in T code OPYC using the transactions key, which is for inventory we have BSX, and for GRI claiming we have WRX, and for price difference, if there is any price difference, the price goes up and down. If it increases or decreases, accordingly we manage the price difference in key and the uh, transaction key. We also have GBP for offsetting entry for inventory posting. So these are the basically transactions key, wherein we integrate FI with MM for the respective accounting entry postings.
Okay, what is a GRIR account?
GRI account is basically a clearing account, which is at the end all the open items which are there that needs to be cleared at the end of the month. Because whatever at times what happens is we have received goods, but we haven't received the invoice, and at times it happens that we have received the invoice, but we haven't received the goods. In that case, we need to maintain a GRIR clearing account so that whatever transactions has got up and down, so that can be settled at the end of the run. So it is basically a clearing account which needs to be cleared at the end.
Okay, so have you worked with substitutions and validations?
Substitutions and validations. Actually, I don't have that understanding about that. I didn't get into that area.
Okay, how about the payment process?
Payment process, we can make it APP process if you are talking about. So we can make a APP process which is configured in FB and ZP configuration. We configured that. So we have paying company code and all company code, then payment methods, how we are going to make the payment, be it a check payment or a bank transfer. And basically we maintain a house bank, and accordingly we rank it whatever bank is and there, and accordingly if the payment gets to be made, that can be made to a number of entries using the EPP.
What is the rank? What is the rank you mentioned?
Ranking order, I mentioned ranking order as in the house bank which we have created. So accordingly we can rank which bank and what account, relevant account will get the payments from, and also the modes of payment accordingly be maintained under the bank determination while doing the APP configuration in FP ZP T code.
I'm sorry, I didn't get you. What is the ranking order you mentioned? It was not clear to me.
Okay, so let me make it clear again. So ranking our order is basically while we do configuration, APP configuration in FPZP configuration for APP under bank determination, we have two three steps as in a ranking order, wherein we rank the complete bank details, like which bank will from which bank source will get the payment, and also the mode, be it a check transfer or it's a bank transfer or any other source of the payment mode.
But why should I rank it? What is the purpose of ranking?
The purpose is ranking is basically when we make the payment. At times it might happen that we need to make a check transfer, or let's suppose we need to send it to the bank, and bank will make the transfer. So that is the reason why we rank it.
Okay. That was not the answer I was looking for. Anyway, so what is the payment method in the? There is a payment method configuration at the company code, and there's a payment method configuration at the country level, right?
Yes.
Why do we have two different settings? Any idea what is the difference? Like, what do you maintain at the country level, and what do you maintain at the company code level?
Okay, country level, company code level, and country level. We need to maintain it because every country. So we need to specify a particular country for which country we are making the payment, because the currency differs as per the country we are specifying. Because if you are specifying a particular country, so accordingly the currency will get changed. And if we not specify the particular country and the payment mode for which we are making the payment, so obviously the payment while making the transfer to while making the payment, the error will raise. So that's the reason we need to specify the payment in the country and company code. We need to specify it specifically.
So you're saying that if for each country there will be a different currency, and then you have to have different payment methods at country level for that reason.
No, for each company code, let's say when we are making the payment, what do you say, payment method, when we specify, we need to specify as in what would be the mode of payment, right? And we need to specify in the country as in the currency, because whatever transactions are posted, so basically three currencies are reflected. It can be it's a group currency or local
The
currency.
payment method is referring to the currency.
Payment method is we need to specify the country, as in like for which country we are actually uh, have this company code, so we need to
Okay.
specify that. Yes.
Okay, forget it. No problem. What is the purpose of having all these configurations? How does it help the system? How does it help the business?
So basically, having all this configuration is for smoothly running of the business, right? So whatever sales and purchase, whatever vendors and customers a company has, so to maintain a better flow of of the transactions which we do on a daily basis with with the customers and the vendors, for a transparent processing, these configurations are done. And also at the same time we have a real picture of what is the current status of the business, current status of the organization. And
How does
as
that help in transparency and real status? I don't understand.
so so you are asking about how the configuration helps in real time, right?
I was asking about how this configuration related to FBZP helps the business.
We just JetP helps the business because we can make the customer n number of payments at the same time. So yeah, we have basically we can use the APP method, and we also have IDOC and DME tree, wherein we can process the payment with the help of the bank, or in the DME we can the bank can make the payment. They can send us the file, and that file we need to you know uh,
What is the DME tree?
DME tree is basically a format that the banks send us, and we need to send that format and send it back to the bank, so that bank accordingly can make the payment in that uh, flat file format. We send it to the bank.
Where do you maintain this? Where do you maintain this DME tree?
The DME tree we maintain in the TCO DME tree itself, wherein we specify the header level and the transactions level. So in the header level, we specify the details.
Transaction code where? Sorry, what is the T code?
Hello.
What is the T code for DME?
DME is DME. Under DME only we specify the the levels, the header level and the what do you say, the transactions level. We specify that.
Okay. Have you worked on the DME tree before, like making the changes or configuration, or
No, I haven't
how it
worked
works?
on DME, but I do have a bit of knowledge about DME, like how the file goes and how it works and
So,
how
how
we
is the
can.
DME structure determined in the automatic payment program?
So DME, see the bank has a format, right? They send us, and that file we need in that format we need to upload all the details of the
If
payments
we
which
do
needs
it
to be made.
manually, do we do it manually?
No, we earlier used to do it manually, but now it is done electronically. Bank transfer
So,
mode
how
it
will
is
the
done.
system automatically determine the DME tree?
System automatically determines that we need to upload it on the bank's portal, the format, and accordingly the banks get
Which
that.
portal?
Sorry,
Which portal?
bank's
Which
portal,
portal? From
bank portal.
SAP, from SAP, how it will go to the bank's portal?
No, no, we from SAP we don't go to the bank portal. Bank has its own portal. We need to upload that information to the bank's portal.
How will you send the information? The payment information you are saying it has to go to the bank. Then how will it go to the bank?
See, I just did the configuration part for the APP. I am not much involved in the DME process. I just have
Okay.
a bit of idea as in how it works. So that's all I just informed.
Okay. Do you have working knowledge on FSV and things like that? The
No, basically a configuration. If you talk about, I took part in the the configuration of master data and company enterprises and all, and the APR configuration.
what configuration did you do for master data?
As in
Master
vendor.
data, it's not configuration, right?
Yes, master data is not configuration, but configuration as in the enterprise structure and the usual concept and all.
What is this usual concept? I don't understand.
New GL concept. Well, new GL concept is basically used for the reporting purpose. That is like profit center and document splitting. These are the new GL concept.
Okay.
Wherein
Do you have exposure in asset accounting?
asset accounting, I haven't worked in that area, but I do have a knowledge on asset accounting.
What's your area of expertise, experience in asset accounting?
Asset accounting, if you talk about, I understand the depreciation area and the how it gets depreciated, the GLs that needs to be created while in the asset accounting. So we have the depreciation areas, and as in, like, asset class needs to be defined there.
What are account groups?
Account group is basically be maintained in OBD4 T code. Specifically, the based on the account groups, further GLs are created and further the accounting posting are made. So, if you talk about the accounts group and the complete enterprise structure, included the chart of account, wherein we based on the account groups, the further GLs are created. So that accounts group we create in OBD4 T code, as in we specify the assets, liabilities, income, and expenses. So earlier also, like in if you talk about the changes, like you're not asking, but just that OBD for in ECC we have got the accounts group, but in S4 HANA that we have got GL account type, right, and also the account group which is specified in asset, liabilities, and income and expenses.
Okay. Can you give me brief details about the OTC process?
Okay, O2C is like a sales order which is created in VA01. Then we have outbound delivery, which is VL01 is the T code for that, and cost of goods sold account and data to inventory. And later we have VF01, which is for sales revenue, wherein customer account data to sales revenue, and for incoming payment we get it in F-28 is for the payment, which is uh, obviously the cash bank account data to customer account. And we integrate FI with in VK OI, it's a T code, wherein we do the integration for the OTC process. Yeah.
FIGL accounts payable. So your total experience in SAP is 5.7, right?
Yes.
And you have mentioned about an end-to-end implementation. What was your role in the end-to-end implementation project?
Okay, so end-to-end implementation project which I did for a company called HBC based in Canada, is one of the retail company, one of the biggest retail in Canada. So in there we implemented end-to-end implementation we did, and my role was basically doing this configuration for the company codes, and I participated in project preparation and also in the blueprint to understand the as in, and based on as in we I participated and helped in the 2B creation, and accordingly we did the realization, we did the configuration part, and also migrated the data from the other as a non-SAP system to SAP system. So almost I participated from from the end start to end, as like from the start till end, and finally provided go live support to the end users. So basically, it was an end-to-end implementation where we, I specifically involved in the participation of in the project. Yes.
Okay. Um, so what's your role in support like?
Okay. If you in the implementation, as in like whatever like pre preparing of the end user documents, so that it becomes easy for them to understand what the process is, because once we migrate the data from non-SAP to SAP, and once we configure everything, so it's really becomes difficult for the users to understand what exactly the things goes. So we need to prepare uh, you know document to end user document to help them to understand how the complete process works. And if they come across any error, we need to help them, and we need to train them before they go live. And accordingly, we need to provide them
You have
support.
any experience working with tools in support project
Yes,
for
we have.
incident handling?
Yeah, support for we need to we use the ServiceNow ticketing tool for the support. And whatever queries we get, accordingly we provide support to the end users, the relevant areas of error wherever they face challenges.
No, I'm asking for incident handling tools. Have you used any incident handling tools?
Yes, incident handling tools. That's what I said. ServiceNow is a tool
Service
wherein,
now.
yes, ServiceNow.
Okay. So I am almost done with the question answers. Do you have any questions for me?
No, it was actually nice talking to you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'll get back to HR and then they'll get back to you with the details. Yeah. Right.
Okay, thank you. It was nice talking to you. Thank you.
Okay. All the best. Yeah.
Yeah,
All the best. Yeah.
yeah.
Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.
If we talk about a business area, we define it in OX03 T code. We create a business area.
Creation everybody knows. I'm asking what is the purpose of business area. I don't want need to have configuration,
Okay,
please.
okay. So business area is basically a specified branch, we can say, for a particular company code. So let's suppose if I have a branch in India, if I'm here, so I can have a branch in Delhi, I can have a branch in
So that
Mumbai.
same branch can be used for various company codes.
Same branch, you're saying same branch can be used for different company codes.
Yes.
See, we have a specified chart of account, and that chart of account can be specified to the for the relevant company code.
Where does chart of account come in picture for business area? I'm asking business area can be assigned to multiple company codes.
Business area, yes, business area can be assigned to multiple company codes.
Have you worked on bank reconciliation process?
Not on bank reconciliation, but I worked on APP, automatic payment program.
What is the relevance of business place and section code in any accounting entry?
Business place and section. Business place is basically the place of business wherein the company is registered, and a particular, let's suppose the company's, we can say a plant is basically a business place wherein the complete, uh, you know, business takes place.
Huh. So if there are four plants in a one state, so how many business place I need to create?
So if there are four plants, so I need to create four business places for all the four
But I
plants.
have GSTN number one, then what you will do?
For every state, there is a different GSTN number required, right? Let's suppose if India, if we are doing any business in Delhi, right? So for Delhi, we need a different GSTN number for one with
But I'm asking in one state there are four business, there's four plants, then how many business places required?
in one state.
Mm.
If one state there is one plant, then obviously there is uh,
I'm saying
one.
four plant.
See, if there is four plant in four different state, then obviously
In one
four.
state, I'm
So
saying,
one would be required. One would require.
can you tell me what are the types of Gsting condition and when it is applicable?
So GST conditions are basically we have IGST, CGST, and SGST as an integrated uh, GST and state GST and central GST. So when we are making sale to, let's suppose, some other state from one state to other state, then IGST is applicable. And when we do a sale within the state, then SGST and CGST is applicable. So for that,
Where do we maintain tax percentage?
where do we maintain tax percentage? So we maintain it on FEXP is the T code where we define the percentages, right? And we basically if we do input or output, so accordingly we do the configuration for the IGST and
Between ECC and S4HANA?
you're asking about what is the difference uh, between ECC and S4HANA. So in S4HANA we have business partners which is not available in ECC. ECC we have vendors and
Who
customers.
said in ECC business partner is not available?
No, in ECC, the concept of business partner is not there. We have vendors and customers, but in
Who
S/4HANA, we
said it
have
is not there? It was already there in ECC.
no. As per my knowledge, business partner is a new concept which is in
Later on.
S/4HANA, and
Check
in
it
S,
later on. Check it later on.
I will definitely. But business partner is the new concept which is there in S/4HANA. We have
It is not new concept,
okay,
please.
okay,
It was already there in
might be,
ECC,
might be,
but it was not
might
mandatory to use.
Might be that not in my knowledge. And we have this FS double zero and cost element merged to one place. We also have time dependent attributes which is there in S4HANA. And we have GL account type which is not there in ECC. Uh, and account group wherein have we have assets, liabilities, income and expenses. So
So
these
that
are the
was
new.
not there in ECC.
No, this GL account type was not there
So
in
those were
ECC.
not there.
No, it was not
Mhm.
there in ECC. We have that in S4HANA, right? And
So what
on
are cost
FS
elements?
cost elements are basically we have a primary cost element and a secondary cost element. Cost element as in we can you know uh, there is basically controlling is basically used for the internal reporting purpose, and cost element is to to move the data from FI to CO, so we can see the internal income and expenses details under the cost
So
element.
all the GLs are created as cost element.
All the GLs are not created uh, what do you say is termed as cost element. We have income and expenses GLs which are comes under the cost element, not the assets and liabilities, not the balance sheet part.
Hmm.
Yes. So these all what we have in cost elements.
From GL, what
Yeah.
are the changes?
GL, if you talk about, we have, on if you go to FS00 screen, so we have that cost element under control data. If you go below, we can see that cost element, primary cost element option is there under the control data
Asking
section.
apart from GL,
Which
what are the changes?
apart from that, GLs, we have uh, depreciation run, right? AFAB is the T code for depreciation run, which is there. And there we used to have in ECC, we used to have a list of options which is not available in in S4HANA. Also in the ACDOCA table, which is there in S4HANA, which was not there in ECC. So for ECC, we used to have multiple tables for all the relevant accounts, but in S4HANA we have only one table which is AC Doga, wherein we will get all the tables available out there. Also in OB52, which is for the posting period. So in OB52, there are two more sections are included for the secondary cost element, which is not there in uh, sorry in on in ECC, right? And uh, and also in ECC, while we maintain accounts group, so there we were not able to maintain the secondary cost element, which is now available in ECC, sorry, S/4HANA. And also there are changes about if you talk the layout is quite different, which as compared to ECC.
What
Yeah,
is section code?
sorry, section code.
Hmm.
Section code. Section section code. I just it's not clicking in my mind at the moment.
Have you worked on subcontracting process in GST?
Subcontracting process on GST.
Yeah.
Subcontracting.
SPO process in GST?
No, GST basically I was involved in the configuration of these
What is
process.
ledger approach and account approach?
Sorry,
Ledger approach and account approach.
ledger approach and approach.
Hmm.
Well, I need to check uh, that.
You tell me bank reconciliation accounting entries.
Bank reconciliation. Let's suppose if we make accounting entry of, let's suppose, uh, bank account data to outgoing payment, if you post, right? So the reconciliation account would be outgoing payment account data to the main bank. That would be the reconciliation
Have you
statement.
written any substitution validations?
Validation is basically
Have you
done
written
to.
any substitution validation?
mm, mm, no.
Have you worked on internal audit?
Yes, actually, I'm basically involved in this FI part and less into the controlling part. But I do have knowledge about this cost element, cost center, and internal orders. Internal order we have
Where is
statistical and this real order in place. Yes,
when is TDS deducted?
when TDS is deducted, TDS is a kind of a direct tax. It is deducted. Let's suppose, for example, when it directly goes to the government, when the salary, if someone is getting, it's directly from the income. We can say the direct tax, and
Asking when it is deducted in invoice or payment.
when it is deducted in invoice and payments. While posting invoice, we have the particular section of tax on the line item and also on the tax category, wherein we can select the tax code and the relevant tax is applied while making the invoice posting.
Yes, not the tax code.
Okay,
Where do we maintain asset scrap percentage?
asset scrap percentage.
Scrap percent. Yeah.
Well,
Accounting entry for depreciation posting.
accounting entry for depreciation is a depreciation account data to accumulated depreciation for the accumulated depreciation.
Can you tell me procure to pay cycle for service procurement?
Procure to pay cycle for a service uh, is for purchase order we have ME21N, and no accounting entry gets generated, and then we have goods receipt, which is MIGO. We have inventory account data to GRIR clearing account. Then we have invoice receipt, which is again MIRO entry, which is GRIR clearing account data to vendor. And for vendor payment, we have F-53 for single payment and
What
F110
is
for
entry
multiple
in
payment.
micro?
MIRO, MIRO is GRIR clearing account data to vendor. and later we have vendor payment, which is vendor account data to
Ego,
cash or bank. Yeah,
Ego
my
entry, Migo
in
entry.
Migo is inventory account data to GRIR clearing account.
So is service an inventory?
Sorry, service.
Is service an inventory?
No, service is not an inventory.
How inventory gets it for service procurement?
For service, if we have service, if you have taken service, then we can apply the service accounting entry will apply. As in, like if you have taken service from someone rather than in inventory, so service account data to GRAR clearing account.
So listen question correctly when I ask.
So really sorry about that.
Thing is red tag to everybody to answer it as an inventory only.
Sorry. Hello.
Have you worked on exemption TDS process?
Exemption process. Well, no, I need to check that.
How system calculates COGS value?
Cost of goods is calculated, based on the value of the goods, which is uh,
What is the price indicator in Metal Master?
price indicator.
Yes.
Price indicator, as in, like, are you talking about the transaction keys?
Inventory valuation, how it is done in SAP?
Inventory postings. See, if we talk about this inventory postings, we do it
Where do we show customer advance in balance sheet?
customer advance in balance sheet.
Hmm.
See, customer advance in balance sheet.
HPC. It's a Hudspray company. Yes, it's a Canada-based company. Yes, and recently,
Okay,
I mean,
so
so yeah,
so which stage you involved in implementation?
implementation. I did end-to-end implementation from project preparation to support.
Okay, so did you find any in the projects? How you
Yes,
fulfill that gap?
yes. While we were doing implementation, uh, we need to understand what exactly the system they are following, right? While in implementation, so gap. So obviously there are gaps which we need to fill, and accordingly we need to prepare this uh, uh, Z reports to fill that gaps. So basically, so whatever areas of opportunity we find while this project preparation and business blueprint phase. So during that phase, whatever gaps we analyze accordingly, we manage for that process, because every company has their own requirements, and SAP is a tool wherein we can customize as per the company's requirement.
Okay, so before SAP implementation, which tool they used?
They were actually using before SAP implementation, they were working on Oracle. They were using that Oracle finance in their company.
In Oracle also there are several options. They move to SAP.
See, the reason behind moving SAP is if most of the companies are actually moving to SAP. The reason being is uh, this SAP gives uh, what do you say? it's a better place to get all the data in one place, right? Which was actually not possible in Oracle or any other kind of software. So we get all the informations of other processes at the same time, and it's a real what we call is a real time data processing system. That's the reason the companies are moving to SAP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that is.
So all the submodules work in FICO.
Submodules are basically I involved in GL, AP, AR, and integration. These are basically areas of where I involved mostly. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So APP, there are we have like different steps, right?
In EPP, APP you're talking about, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So in that we have like payment method supplement option. Why we use that method? Why we select that checkbox? What is the use?
Okay. So payment method. Use that option. Payment method. Right. So selecting that option is how payment will be made, right? So basically in app we have six steps, as in company code and paying company code and payment method for company and payment method for country, right? And later we have what do you say, bank determination, wherein accordingly we do the ranking order and account details which we need to fill, so that payment gets processed as per the the selections which can be made while configuring the APP, the house bank which we have selected. That is done in FB JetP configuration which we do in APP.
But yeah, that is only. But why we need to use that option? Why we need to select that checkbox? What is the main use of that checkbox?
The
Payment method supplement.
payment method supplement we select as in to you know to identify actually what is the payment source, whether it's a check payment or it's a bank transfer or it's any other source of payment.
I'm not asking payment methods. I'm asking payment supplement. Payment methods is different. Payment method supplement is different.
Might be I'm not able to recall it at the moment.
Hmm? Okay. Did you work on done?
Dunning, yes.
So there is this business scenario.
Mhm.
Mm, when we run dunning, so 10 customers we sent dunning letters.
Okay.
So after that, one customer come back. I don't want to send a second dunning letter due to some tax issue or any other personal issue.
Mhm.
So how you configure that? How you exclude that customer from dunning?
So basically, dunning is done to the customers, right? And the configuration which we do is basically is done in FBMP is the configuration which we do. So now if you're saying that once the notices are going to the customer, and now the customer comes to us and he says that okay, I due to some XYZ reason I don't want that further notices to be given to us. So we just simply go to that dunning configuration part, right? And we can simply stop the further dunning processes for that customer. So we
How
have basically
we are saying bulk Dunning, right? There are 100 customers,
Mhm.
100 customers. So in that, how you can stop? If you stop, 100 people going to stop, but
No, no.
we want to
Okay.
stop only one person.
Okay. So for that, let's suppose if I go to, we have a dunning option. When we go there, in let's suppose if I'm going to FB70 customer, right? Customer invoice. So then there also we get an option like while creating GL for that particular customer, right? We have that option of dunning procedure. So we simply need to select that option in order to stop further dunning notices to the customer.
In GL master. Okay. Did you work with any IDOCs?
iDocs, specifically I didn't work knowledge of IDOC. What is actually IDOC? IDOC is basically, the this, and what is in IDOC we send it to the bank and back send letters to the uh, make payment to the vendors.
Mhm. Did you work on new GL?
Usual, yes, usual, yeah.
What is the use of new GL? Why we need to implement new GL?
Basically, a new GL concept is introduced for reporting purpose, and document splitting is one of the a usual concept, and profit center is also a usual concept, and parallel accounting we must say is a part of new GL concept. So new GL concept is introduced basically uh, uh, mutual concept. So if I talk about document splitting, right? So we can split the line items, and we get the relevant information, as in for a business area, or let's suppose a segment, or let's suppose profit center wise. So we get a relevant data for well in the new GL concept, right? So this is basically the idea of new GL concept in document splitting. If I talk.
What is the active splitting and the passive splitting?
So active splitting is basically passive splitting is based on the invoice payment, whatever is posted based on that the the it's reflected. So that is basically the passive splitting. Excuse me.
Mhm. You worked on any G reports, customizing reports?
Zero balance splitting we also have when the debit parameters is not equal to the credit parameters, then this zero balance document splitting comes into the picture. Sorry.
Did you did you work on any G reports?
Uh, I participated in G report while coming. I just mentioned, the gap, so I participated in that. Yes.
What is the what flow for reports?
End-to-end flow for G report is we need to create a Z report. We need to check the input, and based on the input requirement, we create an output. So the user needs a new T code or new on any of the area. So as per the inputs, whatever relevant input is shared to us, so we will have a better picture what exactly the further more information is required. So we'll gather all the inputs, and based on that input we will create an output, obviously with the help of an adapter.
Okay. Okay, Shen, do you have any question for me?
No, it was nice talking to you.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. You too. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.